This deck just 5-0'd the most recent Standard League event, and today we're going to try it out live with no cuts or edits in top 300 ranked Mythic Standard. It's cool. It's kind of like Simic Crab Beans, but it's Dimir. Instead of the Up the Beanstalk on 2, we have the Overlord of the Mailmerk on 2. You can mill 4 and then return a non-avatar creature to your hand, like the Crab or the Terror, which is then going to be pretty cheap to cast if you mill out a bunch of instants and sorceries into the graveyard off the Mailmerk. We also have Quag Feast in black. It's going to be a 2-mana kill anything spell. Our graveyard's going to be pretty stacked from turn 1 onwards, so that's quite nice. Picklock Prankster is here, kind of like the other half of the Bailmerk, mill 4, and instead of getting back a creature, you can get back a instant or sorcery while still filling the graveyard. We also have Stock Up, kind of this plus the Bailmerk are going to compensate for the lack of Beanstalk in the deck. Obviously, extremely solid draw spell. Some cantrips which help compensate for the 20 lands. So 20 lands plus 6 cantrips means we're actually going to hit our land drops fairly consistently while also filling the graveyard with instants and sorceries to cheapen the Terror and the Crab. And then we got some other generic interaction, some Duress, some Cut Down, even some Spell Pierce in the main board. The sideboard is mostly the same stuff. We got some Spell Pierce, Disdainful Stroke, Negate. We do have some Strategic Betrayals, which is cool because I haven't played this card much. Target opponent exiles a creature they control and their entire graveyard, so that is quite nice against Oculus and even probably just even generically like Omniscient stuff. Feed the Swarm is our answer for Rest in Peace. We don't have that much creature removal overall in general, so we might have to sub this in just to kill a large creature. Otherwise, we're depending on the Quag Feast and the tap down off the Crab. And then we have a couple Tishana's Tidebenders in here as well for the activated or triggers ability, and even an additional Gaze of Command. So, we'll see how this goes. I am excited. It looks like a fun, different take on Simic Crab Beans, and could be quite strong. Best of 3 ranked Mythic Standard. I think we're like ranked 250 or so right now. Cool. Let's run it down. Peter H. Masters in the 97% Mythic. Let's be on the play. It's a 1-lander with no opt. It is probably not keepable. Plus it has the Geeks Command, which is the worst card for a 1-lander. Let's try again. It's only opt, but it's double opt. It could get us somewhere good, right? I think I would rather keep this. Put back a land here. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we can opt into a relevant spell. And is it? Probably. That is pretty good for 2 drops. Okay. Fire it off. Get a diggin'. Crab. Nice. We've been both Quag Feast, but Crab is down to 4 already. 3 off the opt. We have no mana open for the Steel Cutter, though. There it is with alternative artwork. Maybe a mistake on our part. Maybe we could have kept opt around. We're gonna have a lot of pressure soon. I almost think we just stock up here. I think opt feels like a waste. So we'll take some damage for sure. The next Terror in hand seems good. And maybe like the Overlord. Yeah, I think that's okay. I mean, I think we have some big, beefy, cheap creatures coming soon. Alright, spell 1. Third land. Spell 2. But now we get to flash in the Crab. It's not going to be too bad, I don't think. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Still, I think we're set up okay here. That's interesting. But I think if we opt now, that brings the Terror down to 2. It's not enough. Could potentially Bailmerk here. If we completely whiff, it's actually quite bad. It's very unlikely we totally whiff though, right? I think it's likely enough that we do go for it here. Get the Crab down to 2. We could hold Spell Pierce for like a stock up, I guess. Still flash on the Crab. Yeah, I think it's not worth the risk, actually. So we'll go opt Spell Pierce Crab here and call it a day and not run out the next Belmer. If you whiff and you don't, it's very unlikely, but if you do, alright, we'll go ahead and Spell Pierce this. Spell Pierce, maybe Spell Pierce? No. Think about it, though. What else we got before combat? Sure. That's okay, everyone's getting tapped down. Alright. Crab tap down. Go ahead and opt. Next land would let us Gix's Command here. Which is kind of interesting. Each creature with power 2 or less. Yeah, plus the lifelink. I think that maybe is actually worth it here. I think it's such a big swing, right? Plus 2 counters, each creature with power 2 or less. I think that's enough to win. I think that'll do it. It's a huge swing for sure. We flip the Bale Mark at the end of the next turn too. I do think we made a mistake on turn 2. We set up with the Bale Mark, but we could have gone opt, hold up, and Spell Pierce for the Steel Cutter. I think that's probably a mistake. Take 7. No stick though. I don't think there's much stick. There's no way to find lethal. Bailmerk. We could hit another crab here. I think we Bailmerk first instead of Duress, actually. If we hit the next crab, we tap down all their attackers. There it is. Nice. Okay, I think that about wraps up the game. Swing for 7, play a blocker. Play the crab, tap the attackers. Let's be more careful about the Spell Pierce here. I think this should be decent in the matchup. I don't know if you run Gix's Command again. It was good this time around. It does kill all creatures with mana value 2 or less, but they probably have more Spell Pierce this time around. I do think it's an interesting one of to have. I mean, between Duress and Spell Pierce, we're going to take a lot of stuff out of their hand. Maybe just the Duress is a little bit better. Maybe, I don't know if we need all the Spell Pierces here. I kind of think it's pretty good as is. The only question is, do you cut the Gix's Command on the draw? Assuming they just counter it. It was really good for what it was, but I kind of don't think we'll get that chance this game. Maybe one more Spell Pierce is good versus the Stock Up or the Steel Cutter. We have a really high chance of nabbing the Steel Cutter in the first turn. Yeah, I think this is fine here. Not a big change. Pretty subtle change. We have 4 Duresses and 3 Spell Pierces for the turn 1 nab of the Steel Cutter. Okay, hand is fine. Turn 2 Bailmark. We actually have no Duress or Spell Pierce, but I don't think you mulligan this. Roll to 6. Land. Do nothing. Nice. Yeah, unfortunately, I do think you have to just play the Survey Land and not threaten anything. I think the Bailmark is too good on 2 to just ignore. I think we'll happily bin almost any instant or sorcery here. The next land, I don't know if we bin that, actually. Feels like we're going to need that one. Land? Do nothing. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we don't even have a counterspell here. I think we just go for the Baelmerk and set up for Crab as quickly as we can. We could sleight a hand and hold Opt, but they didn't play it last turn, so I think we just set up. If we get to Crab, we have some really strong plays. Complete whiff. Alright. Crab down to 5. Land do nothing. Interesting. The next Crab. Okay, we can start with a sleight of hand or a stock up. I think we'll do the sleight of hand. And then go Opt and cut down if we can. Duress? I mean, I feel like we don't need the Duress. What do they have? A bunch of Monstrous Rage in hand? I think if they had the Steel Cutter, they'd play it. If they had stock up, I think they would have played it. So they would just take the Terror here. We're on the draw. We already played land for turn. We can hold the Opt. Okay. Pretty weird. I think it's just like all Monstrous Rage. They're not even plotting a Slick Shot. Holy moly. Okay, that's interesting. We could hit a Spell Pierce here. Do we want you? If they make a token, we just cut it down, and then the Crab's down to 2, which is nice. If we kept it, we could double Crab this turn then. They probably just minus though, right? Because we can't threaten this thing. Which means we're not going to get to cut down. I don't think they're going to plus. Hit land anyway, okay. I think they minus. Oh, they do plus. That's great for us.
Thanks for the helping paw.
Well, this cheapens our stuff. We don't hit the untapped land. That's okay. I think we just flash in the Crab? Non-creature spell, +1. Terror is very hard to interact with. But it gets cheaper next turn, right? So maybe it is just a Crab here to be mana efficient. Okay, that's one loyalty counter.
Time to embrace the local culture.
Six loyalty. That's to 7 loyalty.
I am confident this will work.
I hope they can't get to 10 this turn. There's not really a whole lot we can do about that, though.
Well, gotta work with what's available.
They played land yet? 8 loyalty. Land. Can they go 9-10? No, they plus. Alright, that's fine with me.
Together we can shift the current.
Okay, we can cut down under Spell Pierce for what it's worth. That doesn't really matter. And then we try to flash in the Crab. Oh, they don't have Spell Pierce anymore. They double red. That's honestly okay.
Oh yeah. Coming together.
Sure, that's okay with me. Alright, here comes the Crab. Next Crab is nice. I mean, double Crab is an insane amount of pressure, right? I guess we have to attack this down, unfortunately. And then I think we just double Crab. I don't think we need to stock up.
Guess you're not an animal lover.
You could also maybe Terror that turn and play 1 Crab at a time. 5 damage. Okay, can't stop that.
I am confident this will work.
Interesting. It's a good spell for them. It's good to know. We can get it back with the Balemark eventually. Go ahead and tap this down again. Okay. Yeah.
I've calculated exactly what I need.
2 cards left in hand. That's interesting. Sure.
Otter to otter.
Alright, another crab. We're gonna need that Balemark flip. Nice, thank you. We still can't kill the Rawl, though. Stock up terror, I think is what's happening here. For the Balemark. Ah. Well, if we Quag Feast land, we actually just kill the Rawl here, which is probably the best thing we can do. I don't think we played land yet. Hopefully they don't have a Spell Pierce for it, but I think it's worth going for. I mean, I guess we'll see if we can get him to use blue first. No, we have to do this first. We have to attack it down if, Alright. That guy's down. How much damage can they put on us here? Do we attack is the question. No, we have the Balemark back to block, so I think we start the pressure train. Okay, to 15. Very interesting. Flip you. I don't think we block, though, if we can afford it. Attack, get back a crab, replay the crab is about game. So no blocks unless we really think they can sneak through lethal here. I don't think so. I don't think I'm blocking this. I don't care. Triple rage, I don't care. Do whatever you want. That is interesting. It's not one of the cards I was expecting. That is actually an issue. Still, I don't know if they can beat the next crab off the Balemark. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. If we attack and we crab right now, we get in for 10. No lethal, though. I don't think that's it. Could stock up and get a land. That's not really ideal either. Okay, I do think we want the crab here. Let them block if they want. Double block on you. Huh. Technically, we could hit a cut down off the prankster. That's kind of a lot to ask. But that's what we're planning to do anyway here. So let's fire this off, actually. No. We could opt for it, but that's not really what I want to do. Duress wouldn't be bad to take out a stock up here. Over the Quag Feast. I think I'm down for that. Sure. When it drops to 10, we're kind of threatening lethal here. We'll run out a Duress. I think in play the crab, it just takes away the stock up. If we play the terror and crab, we're very likely to just threaten lethal here. I think that's maybe better. Like, what are they really going to do? Raw? They could have another Scorching Shot type thing. They did draw quite a lot of cards. Rage, Steel Cutter. And the Sleight of Hand. I guess you take the Steel Cutter here. It makes a lot of blockers, at least. Okay, flash in the crab. Tap stuff down. They now have to have a creature or, like, talent into something. Yeah, they're digging. Technically, if they run Disdainful Stroke, which they very well could, they could get it right here and counter the crab. So I think we actually want to play this right now. In fact, like, upkeep probably would have been the best time to play it. I don't know if they would pull in Disdainful Stroke, but I think it would still counter the crab, even with the discount. Land. Talent. There's no bounce spell. They can get back to Lithomantic Barrage. Kidnap. That's interesting. I did not expect that. The next Balemark is good in general, right? We get back a crab here for 2, plus play the Terror. That's quite good. Leave the Rage alone. Kidnap. Did not expect that. 22 cards left. We take the next crab. Drop the opponent to 5. They can talent to get back to Lithomantic Barrage. They're very low now. Leave them with the Rage. Again, they could get like a Disdainful Stroke. If they get a removal spell, it's okay. It doesn't change what we do. We're just going to tap down the crab on the 2/2 no matter what, I think. It's weird, but again, if they run Disdainful Stroke, I think it's worth getting you down now. So they need to get like double Lithomantic Barrage here. Try to pick off 2 of these, leave them with a blocker. And it's up to us it's up to us to stock up into a removal spell for the last blocker. Let's see. Okay, Scorching Shot number 1. Still have red open. Land is fine. We can duress and stock up here. Should be plenty to get the rest of the way. They have a bounce spell? Sure. Flood Maul you, okay. They scoop. They could chump block there. Oh, we tap it down, yeah, okay. Huh, man, opponent with some interesting sideboard options. I don't think people usually run that sideboard. Right? Like, what does Steel Cutter actually run? I don't think it's that. Is it Prowess? Oh, no, they got 1 Lithomantic Barrage in there. And a Braid, 2 Spell Pierce, a Pyroclasm, 3 Torch Towers, a Witchstalker Frenzy, a Sunspine Lynx, a Screaming Nemesis, 2 Ghost Vacuums. That's the most played sideboard. But they had at least some screaming shots in there. We'll be on the play. Can't really argue a turn 1 duress. I think we'll keep it. Figure out the win cons later. Anyway, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but I don't think I've read any comments yet. It kind of depends how intense I'm thinking about the gameplay. Yeah, I filmed the Turd Gobbler video yesterday, and it was great. He did a great job. I don't know if I already mentioned that or not. I can't remember. Duress. Let's do it. Very fun. It's going to be a great video. Spell Pierce. Or Gix's Command. Gix's Command is actually an issue eventually, but we have our own Spell Pierce for it, right? It's so far away. I think given that we have our own Spell Pierce, we can just take theirs. And we already have the answer to a 5-mana non-creature in hand, for the most part. Okay. I think we're just gonna... If we kill it, it's a little bit of a waste. But it denies them the map token. They don't have anything else to do this turn. This might actually not be that bad a play. Okay, 1 crab down. It's alright. We can try to Balemark, get it back. Land, do nothing. Let's try a Sleight of Hand to start. Okay. Fast land to hand, sure. Hold open Opt and Spell Pierce and the Prankster. I don't even know if I want a Prankster that much. We really want a creature at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 down there. I think Opt is actually better here. It's a little bit less mana efficient, but we don't actually want more instant sorceries. Like, we could take a Duress. We don't really need it. We could take a Stock Up. I guess a Stock Up would be very good. Maybe it's worth it just to potentially hit a Stock Up. There goes the Balemark I wanted on top, too. Okay. And more land. Not exactly how I want this to go. Let's begin here. Now I'm looking for the Balemark. I don't think we want this card. But if we don't take it and we whiff, we actually have nothing to do. So I guess you have to take it here. We really want a Balemark. Tidebender. Sure. Can't stop that. Now they have pressure. Three to the face. Kaito? It is ninja'd in. We cannot spell pierce it. So now we're looking for like a Quag Feast. I think we can draw here. Now we really want a Quag Feast. Let him surveil first.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden.
Annoying can go, makes sense. Land, map token. Okay. We kind of need a goodie here. Land to hand. Alright, give me a Quag Feast. Nope. All cards useless. You can at least kill a Tidebender. Oh, come on, deck. Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. It's not awful. We could get back, like, the Overlord and the Crab. And then Overlord could get back more creatures. Like, that's not a terrible use of this card. We leave open no Spell Pierce. We take damage this turn, but they're tapped out. And we have no gas otherwise. We waste every other mode. But I don't think there's really another way to do it. Like, yeah, they're not going to play Tidebender until our turn anyway. I think we have to do this now. It's a waste, but I don't think there's another better move to make. Yeah, I mean, that's it. We want you, and we want the Crab, I think. They get to go ham with the Kaito. Nasty. E3, draw a free card. Surveil 2, draw another free card. And they have the Gix's command, so our Spell Pierce has to get through that. Let's see if they play a land this turn. They don't. That's actually important. Two here. Next Crab is nice. Crab, I think, is good to go. I guess we could play one now. Maybe the Terror would have been actually better here. Means they get a free Kaito attack still. But then we get to attack it down the way back. Maybe this is okay. None of this is perfect. If they have 2 removal spells, I think we're fairly sad. Okay. Alright, attempt round 1. Only you can get tapped down. They still get the free draw. We get Tishana's Tidebender. We could take the second one, which I guess is what we do here. And then in theory we can cut down and attack down Kaito and still hold Spell Pierce for the sweeper. They got a lot of cards though. to 8. Draw a free card. All right. See if they hit land or not. At some point, they do get through the Spell Pierce. Okay, so if they hit one more... There goes the cut down. Yeah, I mean, this is not going super well for us this game. Another blocker, too. That's tough. We can't even chunk our way through. Well, we got to start somewhere. Stock up. Into a removal spell. Stock up into cut down, Take 7. Take 8 off the map token. I think we have to try. I think you do leave this. We haven't played land yet, so we'll have 3 mana to play with here. Zero removal spells. Crab taps down 2 blockers, though. Very close to dead. Tap down 2 blockers. Attack Kaito with both. They go no blocks. Then they attack us back for lethal. It's not so good. It's a 4/5. It'll be a 5/6. We could double block it, I guess, which is also terrible. What if we tap down one of these guys, attack with just one of them, have 1 blocker back, potentially block Curiosity? If any removal spell, we just lose? Man, that seems acceptable, right? We just can't really attack here. We just can't flash on the crab. We can attack or not. We just can't flash on the crab. So if we attack with both, we flash on the crab. They have no Tidebender. We take 5, 6, 7, 8 off the map token. I think we're attacking with 1. It's not great. We've likely lost, but I think this is our best outcome. Plus, if we want a Spell Pierce, we're going to have to burn a Painland damage. So easy chump with the Siren. But I don't think we can afford not to try to tap down this stuff. Okay, if they have 1 more Tidebender, they shut down the crab, and then that's kind of game. They tap you. Okay, that's fine.
Take a break, will ya?
Probably the Sanctuary too. Okay. Well, here comes Crabtown. We tap down 2 of these, take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's lethal. Yeah, this is not particularly inspiring game for us. That's okay. Alright, so who's coming in? Cutdowns actually do have targets, especially versus the bats. I don't think we can take that out. We'll be on the play, so Kaito will be less good. Is there anything else to learn? They have Gix's Command, which is interesting. They probably keep that in. They have a Spell Pierce too. I actually don't think we do much different. Let's see what else they would put in here. Dimir midrange. Disdainful Stroke maybe coming in. Duress, Sheldred, Gix's Command, Flash Flyers. Tishana's Tidebenders is quite good for them. I'm not sure I do much different. Gix's Command is interesting. Let's see, do they run the 3 mana? Yeah, they run the Preacher, maybe the Revenant too. I actually think the Gix's Command is interesting. And I think Duress can take Kaito. Other than that, I don't know if Duress is actually that important. Is it better than Spell Pierce? I honestly don't have that many Duress targets in the whole deck. I'm not sure Duress is actually much better than Spell Pierce. It's just a free cast, so you guarantee you get it in the graveyard, which is nice. Tidebender for activated abilities. Could shut off like the bat with that, which is interesting. Drowner is in there too. It's interesting. I don't think we can do too much different here. We'll be on the play though, so Kaito will be worse. Which is a saving grace. Play. Yeah, we got Barrel Mark on 2. Land's good. It's okay. She looks kind of weird in this photo. Right? Something feels off about that. Just think about the dimensions. I guess her knee is up to her belly button. Okay, I think it's just Bale Mark here. Save the Quack Feast. Sure. That token up. Bin the Go for the Throat. Opponent is stuck on 1 land. Can we punish them? Not yet, really. I guess we can either stock up or we can pick lock. Probably just pick lock and cut down here. If they had a Spell Pierce, I actually really want to resolve this now, because it gets us much further ahead. So I'm just going to knock this one out now. Sure, we whiff completely. I wanted to set up something nicer than that. If they want a Spell Pierce to cut down, I'm okay with that. Let's see if they can hit their second land. They do. Okay, blow this now. What else you got? Duress. Take the feast, maybe? Or the stock up? I don't know. Depends if they have a Kaito in hand, right? Maybe they don't want to deal with the feast. Definitely thinking about it. They also might have some generically good 3-drop creatures that need answering. Take the stock up. Crab down to 4. Ghost Vacuum. Strip out a card now. Okay, so now we have to be able to mill a little more aggressively, which we might be able to off the Prankster. Land is okay. We just run out the next Prankster here. No answer to Ghost Vacuum. So we have to mill faster than they can exile. Which is a bit iffy of a game to play, but we could outpace them eventually. Attempt this. Looks like they have a Tidebender here. So if we leave all 3 down there, we can get in the crab this very turn. We can do that either way, though. Not sure we need the next lane right now. We'll probably draw it organically. Another command is interesting. Okay, I think we're just looking to flash in the crab on their turn. Okay. I do think they might run Disdainful Stroke now. Is it worth playing around? No, I think I'd rather tap down the Mastermind for the Kaito before combat. They might have a Disdainful Stroke, and it'll suck if they have it. But if we can prevent the Kaito flash, I think it's probably more important. Let's see if he got the one of. Okay. Bat, take the Quag Feast. Land Gix's command is kind of brutal for them if they don't have the Spell Pierce. They might main deck 1 and substitute it out. Do you really want Spell Pierce against us? I don't know. I think you just want to kill the crabs. I don't know if you keep Spell Pierce subbed in game 2. But maybe you have to. If all your cut downs come out, maybe you just need random cards left in the deck. Alright, land off the top would be insane. I mean, we gotta go for it here, I think. We can get back 2 creatures as well. Like, we have double Gix's Command too. I don't think there are 2 ways about this. Each creature power 2 or less. Get 2 creatures back, yeah? No Spell Pierce, no stick at all. Double Crab. That's pretty big. They might be expensive, but they are threats for sure. Scoop, go to game 3. They have Ghost Vacuum. We have no answer for Ghost Vacuum. Except for like a Tidebender, in theory, but that's not really an efficient way to deal with it. We'll be on the draw this game, which I feel like makes Duress a lot better, because we can take the Kaito out beforehand. Certainly better than the Spell Pierce in general. Do we run any Spell Pierce? They have a lot of creatures, right? And a couple removal spells? Maybe that's the last cut to get made. The Gix's Command is really quite good against all their cheaps. It's really quite good. I think you run both Gix's Command. And maybe the Tidebender is better than the Disdainful Stroke, or the Spell Pierce, maybe. They just really don't have that many non-creature spells that they'll hard cast. Is what I think. They could run a 3 steps ahead. I don't know if we run the Tidebender or not. Maybe 1 Spell Pierce is better than 1 Tidebender. You could shut down some stuff, but... like an Enduring Curiosity draw. Like, you can shut down some stuff. They probably have their own Gix's Command as the thing. We'll keep the Spell Pierce. Tough to say. I think Gix's Command from their side is also very good. We stacked them over with 3 crabs. The best thing they can... Actually, Gix's Command is only greatest creature. Yeah, maybe they won't run Gix's Command. Sack a creature with the highest power. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, turn 1 Duress is great. We can take the Kaito. So we keep this. Roll to 6. Land. Do nothing. Swamp. Turn 1 Duress. There's the Kaito. If they Duress us back, they take the stock up. But it's probably gotta be Kaito here. No matter what. I mean, they take our stock up, which is sad, but... they take our cut down. Yeah, unless we're confident to have the next Duress on time, we don't have a good answer to this card, so it's gotta be this. We can just turn 2 Belmark. I also don't have the Black Swords. I might not be able to do anything here. They do get it. Alright, you top deck the Black Swords. Otherwise, you're kind of F there. Bat has to take the cut down, I think. And then we just Belmark. I mean, their hand is very low power level, right? A bat, a Duress. If they don't top deck something else relevant, our hand is much higher power level. But they're thinking here. If they take the cut down, if they don't take the cut down, we have to spend our entire next turn cutting it down. Yeah, they take it because they have to, basically. Opt is okay, but it's really just the Belmark here. I don't think there's any reason not to do this. Alright. Get back to Crab. Mill 2, it's really good. Crab down to 4. Duress, take the stock up, I imagine. Though they touch the opt. Okay. Crab down to 3 mana. We hit the land, we can just crab right now. Upkeep stop? Have them Disdainful Stroke on their turn. I think that's fine with me. We could take the 1 point of damage. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just if they draw into Disdainful Stroke is the only issue. It's a lot of land on their side. Duress, take the stock up. Okay, I'm gonna move a lot of pressure here. Plus the next freaking crab. If we mill here, we do get to play the Terror, which I think is pretty good. I mean, I think they're about dead. We do need blue open, so please don't do that. Alright, we can take one of these back for free. I think at this point, you just drop the creatures and give them the clock. To be fair, they had a pretty bad draw. It's not over yet. They take the crab here. I mean, I think we about got them. They could turn around. Like, Gix's command off the top would do something. That is fine, I guess. See if we can do better. Hand, I would call that better. Ooh, whoops. Screwed up the tapper there, my bad. Sure, we'll let this... I mean, we have to get through these creatures anyway. I think this is okay. Did use up our blue there. Okay, yeah, kind of a non-game for them. Taking Kaito was nice, but even if we didn't, I feel like we were fairly well slated off the bat there. Okay, we're close to the end of the video, and I'm a little bit late today anyway, so I think we'll wrap it up here. Cool deck. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I liked it a lot. It is weird. The creature removal is a little bit weird. You definitely need the crab as part of your creature removal package, because the Quag Feast alone, I don't feel like is enough in some matchups. But super fun deck. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't think I have too many comments. I think we'll just call it here. If you enjoyed today's video, you can like and subscribe and leave a comment. If you want to become a member, you can play with me or against me or play your decks, whatever it is. And yeah, have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.